Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is a modern RPG in the realm of Skyrim or Witcher, but takes place in a realistic version of 15th century Bohemia. All I know about the story is what you're about to see in the intro. And these big open world games are some of my favorites. So I've been looking forward to playing this. And it's included in the Humble Bundle monthly subscription. So I recommend you pick it up. You also get Surviving Mars. So let's see what's going on here. I certainly like me some hardcore mode, but let's see what's going on here first.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity. When the emperor died, the whole empire mourned. More than 7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did little to endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the Idle did not impress the imperial nobility either. His difficulties mounted until the nobles, exasperated by the inaction of their ruler, turned for help to his half-brother, King Sigismund of Hungary. Sigismund decided on a radical solution. He kidnapped the king to force him to abdicate, then took advantage of the ensuing disorder to gain greater power for himself. He invaded Bohemia with a massive army and began pillaging the territories of the king's allies. It is here that my story begins.
God bless. Same to you. Today's a scorcher.
Well, husband, how goes it?
Good. I should get it finished today. Where on earth is Henry? I need him to run some errands.
He was still sleeping when I went out.
At this hour? blue-blooded idler.
Well, it looks like he was out all evening, drinking like a lord.
Go and get the lazy bones up then. Quick clout round the ear should do it.
Mm-hmm. Henry! Get up now. There's work to be done.
Mother. Get up or I'll come get you up, you slugabed.
Hear that? You'd better not vex him. Now get up quick. Your breakfast is on the table. Wait, what's this? Have you been... Oh, Henry. How many times have I told you about fighting?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a scratch.
You've been at that sword play again, haven't you? You'd better pray your father doesn't get to hear of it. You know how he feels about it.
Oh, don't worry, it wasn't that. I just scratched myself is all.
Well, just don't come crying to me if you really do get hurt. Now get up, you rogue.
So here we are, we're Henry, a bit of a lout with an interest in sword fighting, but also a bit of a blank slate.
A fine state you're in this morning. What on earth did you get up to last night?
Do I get to answer?
I was with Bianca. We were, talking?
Talking, were you? That's what you call it, is it?
Stop it, Ma.
Well, I've got a feeling there's something you're not telling me. And it's connected with that scratch on your hand. And that suspicious-looking character with a sword who turned up in town recently.
By means of the first two choices in this dialogue, we will select your character's default characteristics. If you're not satisfied with them, all characteristics can be further developed without limitation. Why would I be interested in sword fighting? Matthias was teaching me archery. I was with Bianca. Why does it matter? So I could lie and that would increase my speech. Or I could say Matthias was teaching me archery and that would get me agility. Or what does it matter would get me strength. I'm not sure about vitality. I think we're going to lie and say that we're not interested in sword fighting and that will help with my character options later. So I feel like...
You think he's teaching me sword fighting, don't you? What use would that be to me? Here. I'm not lying to you, Ma.
All right, then, if you say so. I don't mean to pry, but you know your father takes a dim view of such things.
That's interesting. It's not giving me any clues about what the answers would mean. It doesn't seem like she needs help, so I'm going to ask, is Pa angry at me?
Is Father angry with me for sleeping late?
He's not happy. Yesterday you promised him you'd help finish that sword for Sir Radzig. He's not as young as he was, and you know how his joints pain him. He's too proud to complain, but he needs your help, Henry.
I know. Don't worry, Ma. Of course I'll help him.
Good. He always says his knees ache when there's a storm coming. I hope they're wrong this time. It's looking like such a nice day.
Do you need me to do anything, Ma?
Ah, you're a good lad. But I'm fine. It's your father needs helping with that sword.
Did Matthew and Fritz come looking for me?
No, I haven't seen them this morning. They shouldn't be hard to find. They'll be hanging around a tavern somewhere as usual.
Are his friends drunks? I don't really know. His parents seem to think they are.
That's unfair.
Really? So where were you until the small hours last night?
I was... with Bianca, of course.
You mean at Bianca's tavern? And who was there with you? No, don't tell me. Let me guess. Matthew and Fritz. Well, at least you were with Bianca. You should hold on to that one, Hal. She's a clever girl. And invite her for supper sometime. Your father's very fond of her.
Yeah, of course he is. He thinks he'll be able to wheedle the secret of beer brewing out of her.
You're right there. You'd think he was planning to become a brewer in his dotage. Still, that's your father for you. At least he's interested in something, unlike you lot. You're too busy getting into mischief to do an honest day's work. If Fritz and Matthew carry on this way, they'll wind up swinging one day. You mark my words.
I discovered skeleets. So I don't want to rush through this. I know it's a long game. Let's see what we have that we can collect. Always take a bit of cheese.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Alright, that sounds good. Doesn't seem to be doing anything to my meters. Can we look at my inventory? Right, so I do have all those in my inventory. How do I tell if I'm hungry? Hunger is a debuff. So eat the bread roll. You have to hold it. And there we go, we're not hungry anymore. Alright, now that I've had a bit to eat, this way looks outside. Oh, I see, the little A up top on my compass. That's where Father is.
Come here, I need your help.
Sometimes you need persuasion to achieve your goals. When talking to people, you can often choose what kind of impression you want to make. Simply speech is highly influenced by the reputation you have at that moment with the person you're talking to, the quality of your attire and how well groomed you are, together with your reputation, can make a big difference. If you look dangerous, people will be afraid to cross you, and will also be more willing to assign you risky tasks. You can sometimes rely on money to do the talking for you. Different approaches work on different people. You won't intimidate a tough brawler easily, no matter how well you dress. You won't impress the nobility. Henry's abilities aren't simply assigned a universal value, but compared with the abilities of his counterpart. That's a cool system. If you can't outdo the nimble tongue of a merchant, for example, you may want to poison him a little first, and then he will be easier to persuade. Sorry, I had something to do.
Sorry, I had to go and deal with something.
Well, it's no great tragedy. Anyway, we've a lot of work to do today. I'm finishing the sword for Sir Radzig, and I need your help.
With what?
I'm running out of charcoal. Run to the market and buy a bag from the charcoal burner.
I'll need some money then.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Kunesh still owes me for an axe, a hammer, and the nails I sold him a month ago. Not to mention his debt from before. Go and tell him to pay up, at least for the axe and hammer, and then use the money to buy the charcoal.
Kunesh? That drunkard? That'll be fun.
Well, you're a big lad now. I'm sure you can manage. If not, tell him that next time I'll come myself and personally use that hammer to bang those nails into his arse.
Sure he'll be happy to hear it. Is that all?
Not quite. The Chamberlain at the castle has the crossguard for Sir Radzig's sword, which I had engraved in Sasau.
You want me to go and pick it up? All right. Money, charcoal, crossguard. Got it.
And ale. Stop off at the tavern on your way home. I know you'll be going there anyway to see that girl of yours. But make sure the ale's still cool from the cellar when you get back.
Her name is Bianca.
Right, so make sure Bianca draws me a nice cool one. Run along now, work won't wait.
Alright, we have some tasks to do from our father. Seems like the most important one right now is to collect the debt. How are you today, sir? You won't talk to me.
God save you, Henry.
Thanks a lot, pal.
These are strange times. Strange and ill-omened. But since I serve our liege lord Sir Radzig, I think you know the answer.
True, but where will Sir Ratzik take the silver? Hardly to Kuttenberg. Now its citizens bend their knees to Sigismund.
Fortunately, that's not my problem. Perhaps Sir Radzig is keeping it at the castle until this old unhappy story reaches its end.
I only hope Sigismund doesn't get an appetite for our silver too.
That makes two of us. But back to business. I'll need 3 wagon loads.
I see your
Some
people
politics
are
there at work. Certainly concerned about civil war breaking out in this area. All the shops, I'm liking that. The tavern.
Everything for your house. Rakes and hoes for your field. What else do you need? Come on up and see. Get the best right here. Come, people, come.
This is pretty cool.
Come get a garlic,
So I'm looking for
onions, all that grows in the ground, fresh. Come right up.
which is right up here. This is our guy.
God be with you, Kunesh.
What do you want?
My father sent me to get the coin you owe him for the axe, hammer and nails.
I've got nothing. Clear off.
You know you owe father for a lot more than just the axe and hammer. If he went to the bailiff about it, you'd be in deep water. At least pay for the tools if you can't pay for everything.
I told you I have no coin, you bastard. Get the hell out of here, or I'll use the axe on you.
I'm gonna try to use my speech on him.
Look, I know things aren't easy. Your wife ran off, booze is dear these days, and you're as much use as a square wheel. It's no wonder you're short of coin. But a debt's a debt, and I can't leave here without something.
You son of a whore. How dare you speak to me like that? Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then. Yeah.
Oh, we're about to have a fight. Okay. So unarmed, hook and jab are the R buttons, triggers. And then L2 is kick, and I can lock on with the stick. L1 is defense. Stamina in yellow, health in red. Everything seems pretty clear. See how we do. Oh, come on. I was gonna throw a punch there. There we go. I just can't get used to the controls, really. I keep hitting L1 too much. I probably should be kicking or something. Every time I block, he just pulls that move. I don't know how to do that. Blocking doesn't really seem to work as well as I would like. I'm getting my butt kicked. Oh.
Take that! Shit! You had it coming, you pup. And your old man can fuck off too.
So I kind of failed the quest there. I just tried to persuade him that he needed to pay his debt. Really, he started the fight. Alright, here we are, back at Kunesh. I'm going to try this again.
Look.
Alright, here we go again. Cannot get over that knee that he does, and when he twists my block. Again, right off the top, getting our ass beat. Thought I had him that time. We're already injured.
Didn't your thieving father teach you any manners? No? Well, I'll teach you then. Take care.
Yeah, maybe you're supposed to lose this fight. I don't know. That would make sense. I mean... Stop with the kicks. Damn it. It's definitely... There's a little... It feels like there's a little bit of a lag, but I think you can kind of charge up or time some of your kicks a little bit and your punches. It's actually a pretty good system, but it does take getting used to. Can't believe I just didn't die right there. I don't feel like blocking works at all. I don't think I blocked one punch so far. He just grabs it instead, like that.
You had it coming, you pup. And your old man can fuck off too.
Alright, third time was definitely not the charm. So I think we're going to call it a day there. And do the go back to mom quest. Pretty embarrassing, to be honest. Run home to mommy. So my torso is injured as well as my head and my hand. I think here she is.
Ma? Ma! I'm hurt. Won't stop bleeding.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
Mom is a miracle worker, apparently. You can see the bar at the bottom just slide to the right when our max health goes back up. I'm interested to see what this item is that I'm supposed to pick up in the castle. Let's find our way over there. You guys gonna let me through? No. What are you up to, my man?
I'll be with you.
I'm with you, Henry.
How are you?
I'm going to explain my scars.
Things could be better. Kunnish owes us money and he doesn't want to pay.
That drunkard? It won't be easy wringing any coin out of him. What will you do?
I don't know yet, but I have a feeling it won't go smoothly.
Too right. Kunnish won't listen to anything but the whip. Mind you don't lose your teeth.
Well, too late for that.
Father sent me. We're forging a sword for Sir Radzig, and the Chamberlain has the crossguard and pommel. Father had them engraved in Sasau.
Right. They're here. The Chamberlain gave them to us for you. We looked them over. Beautiful work. I've never seen anything so fine.
I can't wait to see the sword. Just make sure you don't botch it.
When did I ever botch anything?
Where shall I start?
Ah, shut up and give me what I want, or I'll kick your ass this evening.
Right away, your lordship.
Magnificent. Shame I can't keep the sword for myself. Well, I better go if we're to get the job done by this evening.
Godspeed. See you later in the tavern.
You certainly will. After today's work, the ale might even be on me.
So at least we did something right. That was easy enough. I don't know. I should get cleaned up. I know that. According to the tutorial, it's not good that I'm walking around covered in blood. Wash myself. Hopefully that helps some. So it seems like what I should be doing is going to my sword fighting lesson. Let these guys over here.
Hey, Pip.
Do you want to learn something?
No, I don't think so. Thanks.
Suit yourself.
I want to learn.
Hail to the... Have you recovered from yesterday's great wound?
It was nothing. Except Mother noticed and had a word or two to say about it.
No mother's happy when her son starts to take an interest in swords. Where there's weapons, there's death. The question is, what do you want?
I don't want to rot in this hole forever. I feel like I don't belong here. I want to live and see the world. The world's a dangerous place and I need to know how to protect myself.
Spoken like a man. And as it happens, today's your last chance. I have to leave. So, are you ready to get stuck in?
Yes.
All right, I'll wait on the ground by the sheepfold as usual.
Oh, here are the sheep. Very nice indeed. Am I going to use my super fancy sword right now? No, I don't have a sword. Is he going to give me one to practice with?
So, can we get started?
We can.
Good. And since today's the last time we'll be seeing each other, you can show me everything I've taught you so far. Very well. Let's start with the basics. Keep moving. Your life depends on it.
Oh yeah, locking on. I haven't been doing that. That's a good idea.
All right. Now try to hit me. You have to put your weight into your attack. If you just fiddle around, you'll get nowhere. Try slashing from different sides. Unpredictability is the key. Never repeat yourself. Very good. Now you're getting it. Good. Let's try something else. One strike, I can fend off without a sweat. But if you chain your strikes, I'll have a much harder time. As soon as you land one blow, follow it with another.
You can see how much it's affecting my stamina. I'm not hitting quite as hard either. But yeah, that's a nice little system. Feels nice and tight. So you can press L3 to crouch. And the quest says that I could get the axe, hammer, and nails back in another way. So I just have to wonder, let's try it this way. I'm always in for a bit of stealth. Right, so he's still over there chopping his wood. I have to get the axe back though. The other two might be easier. See if we can get inside. We'll come over this way, around the other side of the house. Here is horses. They're hard to miss. Is there any way that it's going to tell me if I'm about to get caught? I'm in a private area. What's he up to here? Doesn't look like he has too much going on. Can't search those. It's not a hammer. Kind of looks like a hammer. Nothing in here either, though. Still another room on this side. It's looking a little bit more promising.
A locked chest. I'll need a lockpick to get into that. Fritz might have one.
Where can I find Fritz?
Hey, who's there?
Nobody. Mind your own business. Go back to your axing. Everything's fine. I feel like I should just take your horse. I mean, the horse has got to be worth more than all that, right? So Mother said that Fritz was probably in the tavern. Which, if I remember, is over this way. Tavern is over this way.
You can't be serious, Deutsch. Insulting our king.
What insult? I say only the truth. Sigismund has done only what he had to.
He had to abduct the king. He had to lure his cousin Prokop into a trap and imprison him. He had to invade with his army of Tartars and besiege Kuttenberg.
Why not? What is this Wenceslas for a king? The empire is falling asunder in his hands. The German counts elected Ruprecht of the Palatinate as king because your Wenceslas would not go to their deeds even.
German counts. Traitors.
Now even the Pope
God be with you, Henry.
I'm with you, Matthew. What's going on here?
Deutsch is spouting shit.
What?
Just listen and you'll hear for yourself.
Someone has to bring order and reunite the empire.
What do I care about the Austrians? And nowadays, not even the devil himself can keep up with all the popes. Which is the rightful pope? The one in Rome or the one in Avignon?
Do not blaspheme, Alex.
No, it's true, though. Wenceslas is the king of Bohemia. Bohemian nobles are on his side. To hell with Rosenberg and his cabal. Sir Radzig is Wenceslas' commander-in-chief. He stayed loyal to the king. And if he heard you talking like this, he would have you whipped like a dog.
Your deed will soon have nothing left to rule. Jobst had to sell Luxembourg to help your king. South Bohemia is with Sigismund
and don't forget about Kuttenberg, where Germans like you kissed Sigismund's feet to keep their heads.
Yes, but...
Goodman Deutsch, this is pointless. Let us talk of more pleasant things.
My words exactly.
Deutsch has gone too far. Wenceslas is our rightful king.
Deutsch is an idiot. But what can you do? I might have an idea. Deutsch deserves to be taught a lesson. Doesn't he, Fritz?
You're too right, Matthew. Should give him a proper hiding.
Are you mad? Do you want to end up in the pillory? Don't listen to Fritz. I've got a better idea. Deutsch was talking such shit, it made me think of that huge parliament. You know, the one right next to his freshly whitewashed house. You think we should redecorate for him? Count me in.
Well, I'd rather torch it, to be honest. But throwing some turds will do.
What do you say, Henry?
But I was going to get ale for Father and a few other things. We're finishing Sir Radzig's sword.
Come on. Throwing a few handfuls of manure is not going to take all day.
And it's our duty to defend the honor of our king. So, Hal, are you with us?
What do I need their help with in return? I won't do it. I have more important things to attend to.
But I really don't have time.
Well, that's disappointing. Still, we can manage without you. Let's go, lads.
Honestly, Hal, how could you possibly chance like this?
Hold on, Fritz. I want to buy some lockpicks. Where's Fritz? Crap.
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get into.
Really? And only straight not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to take it back.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
Alright, now we're talking. We got 4 lockpicks, and we can get in Canush's chest. He not here anymore? Is he going inside? I don't see him anywhere. Oh, oh, oh. Hello, sir. I'm not quite sure if that's the axe I'm supposed to get back or not. Doesn't seem like it. You can get in here real quick though and get into this chest. Alright, I don't know how this works. You have to use the lockpick to turn the whole lock mechanism. At the same time, you have to coordinate the movement of the lockpick with the rotation of the mechanism, because the rotation shifts the position of the sweet spot. How close you are to the sweet spot is indicated by the size of the cursor, and it turns gold when you find it. If you try to turn the mechanism without having the lockpick in the correct position, the mechanism will stick, which will damage the lockpick or even break it. Any damage to the lockpick will produce a noise, which can draw unwanted attention. So move this around. I can find the sweet spot. Oh, there, yep. And now turn. Not quite sure on this yet. I have to get it in the sweet spot and then rotate the lock. I'm gonna be out of lock picks any moment now. Yeah, this is no joke right now. And I'm out of picks. Yep. Right, so I got my axe back, or a axe back. So that's a start. So ma'am, can I buy charcoal from you?
God be with you. What can I do for you?
You look a lot like my mom.
God be with you.
You do have charcoal. I need 6 gold to buy 10. Can I sell you the axe? Only for 2 gold. Right, so we're at a start. Let's see if we can get more lockpicks.
So are we doing this or not?
Wait. We have to check that the coast is clear.
Why? Deutsch is in the tavern.
But maybe you noticed after all these years that he has a wife and a son.
And that's a problem?
Aye, it is. Henry, you go and lure her away somehow.
Why me?
Because you're the clever one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good sign if I'm the clever one. So I can lure the wife away. I guess that's not so bad. Can I just have some more lockpicks though? No. You will not give me more lockpicks.
What do you want, lad?
Your husband is making trouble.
I just went by the tavern and your husband was in there talking nonsense. I thought someone should take him home before he gets himself in trouble.
What sort of nonsense?
Well, he kept saying that Sigismund was right and King Wenceslas is a drunkard, that sort of thing. Some people took exception, so I thought...
God almighty, the fool. Next thing he'll start on about the popes.
he might have mentioned the popes too.
Thank you for telling me. I just hope I can catch him before he gets into another fight.
Alright, so that's job done. Easy enough. A little save game too. More reputation loss. I'm not so sure about this plan. Why do I have to be the first one to do it?
What are you waiting for, soldier? Fire the trebuchet! For king and country!
For king and country, my ass. This is all good, clean, fun.
Nearly as good as having that traitor in the pillory. Nearly. Now that would be sweet.
That's for Sigismund.
Woohoo!
Eat shit, dodgers.
You bastards! What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Hey, Hans, can't you see? We're decorating your house for you.
It's like your old man was saying in the tavern about that traitor Sigismund. We're just doing what we have to do.
Horse sons! I'll make those smiles off your faces!
Oh, I'd like to see you try. What are you doing here, Zbyszek? Hanging out with this poxy Deutscher? Maybe you'd like to try out the latest German fashion.
Fucker! I'll make you pay for that.
I feel quite hungry.
More fighting.
God!
Getting somewhere this time.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Seems like that other guy was probably pretty tough. Remember, all the skills are relative, although I'm getting my ass beat right now. Probably need to keep an eye on my stamina more.
What are you doing? For God's sake! Stop right now! The catch pole is on his way!
Run from the catch pole. I don't know what the catch pole is, but it sounds bad. Sprint is one of these, I'm not sure.
Back trouble?
Just a couple of hooligans literally throwing shit and punching people out. All in a day's work for old Henry. We're going to meet up at this guy's house. This probably is not going to end well.
Well, we sorted that Deutsch out.
That was pretty close, eh?
That old bastard didn't stand a chance.
True, but I'm worried that fucker Hans will snitch on us.
Well, let him. Then I'll snitch on him. And anyway, what can they do to us for throwing a bit of dung?
Good point. It's not as if anyone really likes the Deutsch.
Alright, now you guys have to give me a hand.
We've sorted out Deutsch. Now I've got someone else to deal with.
Another beating? Count me in.
Kunesh owes money to my father, but he won't pay. I'll have to shake it out of him.
Sure, mate. You helped us, so we'll help you. Let's get to it then.
Coming back with my boys, Kunesh. What you about to do?
Look out. Kunesh, get out here, you old goat. I've something to show you.
What the fuck are you here for? You want me to take a whip to you or call a catch pole?
Just try it, you old drunk.
Yeah. Shit!
Bring it on.
Yeah, especially when you take a punch, you gotta get out of the way as soon as possible. There's too many guys around right now.
Enough! Enough! I give up. Take what you want. It's not much, but it's all I have. You understand?
Alright, we have his keys.
Hey.
Hopefully that's not quite as hard as using the lockpicks. Hammer and nails, and we already got the axe. We can take something else if we want to sell it. I am getting hungry. I'm gonna have myself a bite to eat. King of the castle right now. Although there's not too much else here, I don't think. Not sure what else I can take. Can't take his chicken. I can clean myself off. So now I just have to buy the stuff. I'm not positive I have enough gold and whatnot.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Let's talk trade. So the axe, the hammer, and the nails. I'll get 3.9 for that. Still leaves me pretty short. I can sell the little bit of food I have. It gets me up to 4.6, but that's all.
Let's have a word about the price.
Naturally.
So I can haggle. I select the amount I want and confirm with X. The trader will respond. If their answer is a refusal, he or she will make a counteroffer and await your response. Dragging out the haggling will eventually try the trader's patience. You can see how close you're getting by the icon at the bottom. Every unsuccessful bout of haggling lowers your reputation with the trader. So I need to get 6 for this.
Forget it then.
You just gonna bail like that? Let's just agree to it this time. Yeah, I can't even get up to 6 if I wanted to. Just make the offer.
Very well. I agree.
We haven't checked the barn. And for a good reason, it seems. Nothing out here either. I don't want to start stealing from other residents to get money to please my dad, but right now it seems like the only good option. I really wish you could take his chicken. I can take his chicken. Sweet. I was about to say, this isn't like Zelda where you could just go around killing chickens. Some fresh chicken is sure to get a good $1 at the store. Now let's see what we can do now.
Hey,
That was a pretty good
mechanic.
mechanic right there. I like how that worked out. Excuse me, ma'am. I have something you might be interested in. You're going to give me 1/10 of a gold per chicken? That is weak. 4.3 is my gold right now. I'm about to sell her the shirt off of my back. Is this scarf doing me any good? It's a little bit of defense. How's my defense now? Helps my charisma as well. I feel like that's better than stealing from the villagers, so something nice for my dad. Let's get it done. 3 gold for the scarf is pretty good. Oh, we need to buy. That would help. Buy the charcoal.
Goodbye.
We need 10 charcoal. That will indeed cost us 6. And close the deal. Alright. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
You're right there.
Alright, so now I'm hoping that the hard part will be over. We can go to the tavern, see your girl, get some ale, head back home, make her dad happy. Everything will be a-okay.
God be with you, Henry.
Is this Bianca?
My pleasure.
It is. Let's have a seat, maybe? What are these guys up to? Havel?
If it's charcoal you want, talk to my hired hand. I've no time now.
No, I have other charcoal, thank you. I need to talk to Bianca. Bianca. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm glad you came.
God save, my lovely. You're looking well today.
You too, handsome. What brings you here?
I'm gonna say you do.
Your beauty, of course.
Oh, noble sir. I'm as honored as any simple maid can be. And apart from my beauty, what else might your worship desire?
A pitcher for my father.
I need ale for father.
A pitcher as usual?
Aye. Bring me a cool one from the cellar.
But of course. Here you are.
Thanks.
It's on me today. You can pay me back this evening.
Out of the question. Here you go. And this evening I'll have something more for you.
I can't wait.
Don't hurt
Thanks.
your neck, Henry.
You'll have something to look forward to this evening.
You too. Oh, by the way, that shifty-looking fellow was asking after you.
Vaniak?
I suppose. He's a man who makes his coin robbing honest wayfarers. I'm sure of it. I'll be happy when he's gone for good. But what in heaven's name are you up to with him?
He promised to teach me how to use a sword.
What use would that be to you?
Enough. You sound just like father. I'll be going now. See you this evening.
Hal, I've got something special for you.
Is that so? Now what would that be?
Your favorite, Savior Schnapps.
Really? You're an angel.
I hope you'll thank me properly later.
You bet I will.
I think I sat on the wrong side. Anyway, that's job done. Can we go back to father? Up this way it was. Lost my sense of direction there for a moment. It really is a beautiful game. Father? There you are.
About time. Have you got everything I wanted?
I have.
I have charcoal, the hilt, and the ale. We can start.
Good job. Let's have it then, son. Well done. Right. Let's see what kind of job the master in Sasau did for us. Look at that, lad. Well, that's what I call craftsmanship.
What does the inscription mean?
Damned if I know. Doesn't look like Czech to me. Latin, maybe? Lord Radzig ordered it. Oh, this will be the finest sword I've ever made. Have you got the charcoal? Good. Then fire up the forge. We'll put it all together. By the way, someone paid me a call. I reckon you might know what it was about.
I'm not sure.
Really? Because I'm pretty sure you and your friends threw dung at Deutsch's freshly whitewashed house. He was here with the catchpole earlier, and it was not a friendly visit. What got into you, Hal?
That Deutsch was talking treason in the tavern about Sigismund and the king. He got what he deserved.
Got what he deserved, did he? You can go and clean up the mess you made and apologise to him. I have a trade to run. The German pays well, and having my son in the pillory helps nothing and nobody, least of all the king. You understand?
Yes.
Look me in the eye, Henry. Do you understand?
I understand.
Good. And we'll never have this conversation again.
So you think it's right to let traitors speak ill of our king?
The boy gets caught making a fool of himself, and he still hasn't learned his lesson. So Deutsch spouts rubbish, and what? You turn into a common thug. You might win a fight with violence, but you'll never win an argument. Remember, Henry, if you want to convince someone that they're wrong, try using your mouth and not your fists.
Furnace is ready.
Right, we'll do the grip. I'll heat it up, and when I take it out, you slip the grip on so it fits exactly. You know what you're doing. Do it. Good. Once more. That's it. Done. Now file it down so it sits well in the hand. I'll prepare the guard.
Father, why did you leave Prague? Who ever heard of a master swordsmith making horseshoes in a village?
I had my reasons, Hal. And here I have your mother and you. Why would I want any other life?
Do you remember Emperor Charles?
I do. Life was good under his reign.
Better than now.
He built half of Prague and a score of castles, had a bridge made over the Moldau, and founded a university, and all without a war. He knew how to rule.
Better than Wenceslas.
Better by far. But Wenceslas doesn't have it easy. It's hard to step into the shoes of someone whose like is born only once 1,000 years.
What about Sigismund?
Do you think Charles would have brought an army down on his own people like Sigismund? No. Wenceslas may not be the equal of his father, but Sigismund, he brings shame to the royal name. How's it going? Give it here, and we'll put it all together.
It's magnificent.
Indeed it is. The Lord be with you. My father sent me for those nails.
Good day to you, Teresa. They're ready. Will you fetch them for me, Hal? They're in the trunk in the living room.
So going to get the nails. Everything is pretty good with Dad. I wouldn't have done the whole thing with the manure if I didn't need that one guy to help me with the lockpicks. Where's the trunk? Nails for Teresa. Can I get another bite to eat? I feel like there could stand to be a little bit more of a HUD. Health and stamina is good. And the entry system is cool. I'm not sure why there's that white part at the end of my health bar.
Here are those nails you wanted.
Thanks. So, how's Bianca?
She's fine. Why do you ask?
Just wondering, will you be going to the dance this evening?
We will.
Maybe we'll see each other there. Anyway, mustn't keep you. I'll be on my way. That sword is truly beautiful.
Henry, you dog.
Fine lass, eh? Now, stop staring at her and come and see this. It's time for the trial by fire.
I don't like the sound of that.
We did a fine job.
I would expect nothing less from such a renowned swordsmith.
Those days are gone, sir.
You haven't lost your skills, though. Would you like to try it?
Sir, what good is a sword to a commoner?
Let him try it.
Need some practice, Henry.
You still have a lot to learn.
It's okay.
Ask your father to show you how. He knows what he's about.
Learning his trade will serve him better in life, sir.
Perhaps. But who knows what the future holds for each of us. I see that you almost have it finished.
It just needs a polish, then Henry will bring it to you.
Excellent. Fine work. Very fine. A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer. What say you, Svan?
True, Sir Radzig. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.
Once it's ready, send your son up to me with it. Good work, Martin.
Sure.
It's been an honor, Sir Ispan. Have a safe journey to Sasau.
The honor is mine, Sir Radzig. Thank you for the hospitality.
A long, peculiar history.
That was a long time ago. I might tell you about it sometime, but not today.
Will you teach me how to use it, like Sir Radzig said?
Why?
Well, it could come in useful. Maybe I'll travel a bit before settling down. I'd like to know more than the tavern on the green and the forge.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life, son? It can end before it gets started. I might teach you how to handle a sword, and then someone will shoot you with a crossbow as soon as you set foot outside the house.
You talk as if you've seen it happen.
A man my age has seen a lot. Being a blacksmith might bring no glory, but it has its benefits, like keeping your head on your shoulders. I want to end my days in Skalitz, here, beneath the linden tree and by your mother's side.
Well, so do I, one day. But first, I'd like to see the world, meet new people.
Meet them or beat them?
Meet. You have to keep going on about it.
Then you've no need to learn swordplay.
A messenger.
He was in a hurry. What's happened? to me, Al. Listen carefully. Take the sword, go into the house, and grab anything else important from the trunk. Go to the castle. Hurry.
And what about you?
Your mother is in the village. I'll fetch her and we'll follow right behind.
I'll go with you.
No. You do what I say right now. Give the sword to Sir Radzik. If anything happens, he'll take care of you. He owes me.
Closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out of
on!
time!
Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the gates! Keep running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Get through the gates! Come on, Hal! You can still make it! Run! Find a horse! Ride to tell lurk! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
Alright, so our mother and father are dead. The town is burning to the ground. And we need to get the hell out of here. Where can we find a horse? My guess is at the bottom of this hill. I've slightly forgotten how to sprint. Doesn't seem to be a problem yet. There's a few buildings down here. Can I get a horse? Oh, we're in combat. That's not good. Not good at all. We don't get... Where's my sword? Where's my sword? Inventory. Weapons. Where's my sword? Yeah, I'm bleeding. I'm sure I'm bleeding. I can't use this quest item. Well, that explains it. While I'm here... Sprint is circle. Okay. So let's go ahead and die. So I think that's the first time we've actually died. We have lost a fight before. Yeah, my stamina is going down. So maybe I'm going faster than I was. I think we're getting somewhere quick now.
I'll kill you.
Alright, horses down here.
Go to hell, you Tatar beast!
This one looks good. You can call your horse anytime by whistling and then mount it. Trot is default. Circle is canter. And I guess that's double tap for speed, gallop. So I'm thinking right now we need to gallop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, I'm holding it. It seems to work okay. We're getting out of here. That's the important part. So far, so good. Oh, that's not good. I'm bleeding. I don't know how to bandage my wounds. I need to find somebody that can help me. Meanwhile, they're still on my tail, correct? So yeah, I don't think I need to be stopping here. I'm definitely taking hits. There we go, that's a little bit faster. Double tap and then hold it.
Elmo gets to the left, along the stream.
Still considered in combat, so I'm not free yet. I feel like we're making good time here. Seems like I got a pretty good horse here. Stamina is top notch. He's getting pissed though. And they're back to shooting us with arrows. This game is not playing around. We're in Tamburg. I like how I still have my scarf in the cinematic.
Oh my god! Wait! Jesus Christ!
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Halt you! Hosenkinder!
They're turning tail! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Yeah. Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Okay, so here we are in Talmberg. Looks like my first and second priority should be to eat and sleep. I'm guessing I don't have any money or food. I do have a little bit of money still at 1.6. It seems like, in my estimation, that's been enough to buy some food. Perhaps I already have a bed. Both are on the compass, so shouldn't be a problem. Who's this person? A random villager.
You're that lad from Skalitz.
I am the lad from Skalitz.
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
Alright, we're getting you some food, Henry. It is a lovely game, though, I just have to say. Can't quite get over it. I'm guessing food is downstairs. Plenty of people eating in here, but where can I get some food? Am I allowed to open this door? Doesn't seem so.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz. I have a kin there.
For Sigismund.
It was a fine sunny day until Sigismund came with his army. I saw him sitting there with his red beard and proud posture as he gave the signal to attack.
Oh no.
My parents were killed.
We all ran towards the castle for shelter, but they were too fast for us. They slaughtered everyone they caught and torched their houses. I barely escaped, and they murdered my parents.
God bless you, boy. I'm terribly sorry for your loss.
He came out of this door, but I can't seem to open it. Seems like that's where the food would be. Maybe because I haven't talked to Sir Robard yet. I can't get my food.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsman. Designed to make horseshoes. I can't understand his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation.
Ah, milady. You are fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bożena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
Alright, my objective is to eat. I think we can manage. I'm absolutely famished. I'm just going to take all this food. Truly, I am overwhelmed by your generosity. Take the wine too, obviously. So the bread is nourishment 7. My current nourishment is only 32. So I'm not sure how high that has to go up to not be debuffed anymore. Seems like I'm not quite there yet. My guess is 50. And now I can go to bed.
Oh, Jesus.
See if I can find the bed
I could really do with some
any
sleep.
easier. My stamina and eloquence will decrease
You're
with
that lad from
tiredness.
Skalitz. What in heaven's name happened there?
I don't want to talk about Skalitz anymore.
I'm sorry, but it's too hard for me to talk about.
I understand. It must have been terrible. Why don't you go and get yourself
I'm trying
some
to
rest?
if you'll go away. Can I sleep in this bed?
Oh, my word.
Alright.
Oh, good God.
Now I think I can get a proper sleep.
I need to lie down before I split my face open from yawning.
That's a cool chart. Lets you know what time of day it is and when it gets dark. And what your energy and health will be like when you awake. So it's currently about 7:30. We've had a long day, so I think until 6 we'll get the job done.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood. Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
I'll tell her what happened.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. Father and I always chat in the forge. On that particular day, I asked him if he'd teach me swordsmanship. He said no. He said it's better for a man to keep his head on his shoulders than lose it over some pointless heroism. If only he'd known what fate had in store for us.
Oh.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. A horde of soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years? And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city. There was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep. I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
I feel quite hungry.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us! Oh!
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Alright guys, Henry has had quite the day. It was a busy afternoon. We saw our parents murdered, and we've made haste for Talmberg. We seem to have made a few friends there, so I think we have the story set up nicely. I'm sure there's plenty more to investigate. I also think we are forming Henry to be a very interesting character with his focus on speech and charisma. Father said, you need to change people's minds with your words and not your sword. So we're going to take that to heart. Hopefully it doesn't impact negatively our enjoyment of the story. It seems I have a lot of practice to do with my combat, but it's an interesting system that I haven't seen before. And that's going to do it for now. My name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been Kingdom Come Deliverance. I hope you'll join us next time. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe, and have a good night. We got more up here, and that's it. We failed the event. Makes it 2-0.
For duty!
Get all these archers behind the lines. The good news is that we are profitable, and we need to focus on the boat. I've been cuckolded. -100%. Job done.